guys, before we get started with this video, I would just like to say if you're enjoying my content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and give that notification bell a big ol' smack for me. It helps the channel out a lot. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Ask Barney. This is episode number 7 of this series. Man, we're getting pretty far ahead in this. So today on screen, sorry, I don't know why my voice is so raspy. On the screen today, I am playing Trench Warfare, which is of course based on World War I, where there was a lot of trench warfare. If you don't know what that is, look it up, although I'll tell you, it was terrible. It was a living nightmare for the actual people that went through it over 100 years ago. But anyway, this is a game based on that, where you capture every trench in the battlefield and then touch the enemy's flag to win. It's as simple as that. And this game's great because there's no, game passes that make it pay to win. The only real game pass there is the game pass that allows you to choose what weapon you spawn in with. Otherwise, if you don't buy that, it's random what you spawn in with, which is a little bit of an advantage, but it's not like an overwhelming advantage, you know what I mean? So yeah, not very pay to win, very skill based, and yeah, I love it. But anyways, this series is pretty simple. You guys ask questions, and I answer them. I know, it's a very difficult concept to understand. If you want a chance to have your question answered in Ask Barney episode 8, go ahead and leave your question in the comment section below. And honestly, guys, can we maybe start leaving one question each? Because I kind of want to get as many people as possible in every video. And if I'm spending more time on each comment, then less people are going to get in. So let's try to keep it to one question per comment, alright? Anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened while trolling? I think I've told this story before, but definitely one of the craziest things was when I was at Sizzleburger and I got P-banned for inappropriate username when my name was Ultra Instinct plus SSJ. Now, that's a reference to Dragon Ball Super. So if you don't watch the show, you're probably not going to understand the reference, but it basically means Ultra Instinct plus Super Saiyan. So yeah, nothing inappropriate about that, but I got P-banned for inappropriate username, tried explaining that to the admin, didn't listen, he kept P-banning me over and over again, I opened a ticket, that admin wasn't listening either, and yeah, it was a whole situation. I posted the video, and then Sizzleburger was like, oh wow, we really dropped the ball here. So, I talked to the people involved, and we came to, a reconciliation, and I took the video down later because, literally, the guy who originally banned me was still getting people going after him, a year after the video came out. Granted, it probably wasn't, a mass crowd of people, but the fact that people were still seeing that video and were coming at him was just ridiculous. So I was like, alright, that's enough, alright? And I took the video down. So you won't see it anymore, you won't find it, but trust me, all that really did happen. How do you think people can become more positive on the internet and in general? Great question. Now, I'm going to say that this applies to, in general, not just the internet. I'm going to say this applies in general, because I think that this can apply to both places, real life and the internet. I think number one, people need to be nicer to each other. I know that's probably an answer you expected, but here's one you probably weren't expecting. Well, maybe you were. People need to forgive each other, because people are so spiteful these days and hold on to petty grudges. They let a bunch of little grudges add up and just boil over and turn into just absolute hatred for another person. I've even seen people that are proud of how spiteful they are, and they proudly boast how spiteful they are, and I'm like, you fools. There is nothing to be proud of about being spiteful. There's nothing to be proud of about that whatsoever. Be more forgiving. In fact, when Jesus was asked this question, in the Bible, because, I'm a Christian, Jesus was asked this very question: how often should I forgive somebody? Is 7 times enough? And Jesus said, not just 7 times, but 77 times. Now, he wasn't saying literally count up to 77. He means, just keep forgiving, Now, of course, that might sound stupid to some people, because it's well, what if someone does something really, really bad? Am I supposed to just let them get away with it? Well, this is what I call mindful mercy, because I think being merciful is another way of saying forgiving. Now, this is a term I came up with myself, and I've really been thinking about it. Mindful mercy. It's where you do show forgiveness, gracious forgiveness, which often means, showing forgiveness to someone even if they don't necessarily deserve it. But that doesn't mean you have to associate yourself with that person, Like, for those of you who know the story with me and my former friend Jake, the terrible things he did to me and my community, I forgave him, but I mindfully forgave him. He actually, believe it or not, did actually come to me, like, years after he had, disappeared after the end of the whole drama, which if you want to learn about that, check out Decade in the Making. And he apologized and said that he was sorry for everything. And I said, look, I forgive you, man. I'm not angry at you anymore. I don't hold any ill will towards you anymore. In fact, I wish you all the best in life. I hope you really have, learned your lesson and, are turning over a new leaf. But I cannot in good faith associate myself with you anymore or allow you to be a part of my community. Because not only will that be putting myself at risk, but I'll be putting other people at risk, my own community members at risk. So yes, I wish you all the best, but I can't trust you after everything you've done. So I hope that you succeed in life and, all the best for you, but I can't trust you. So I'm going to block you and I am going to ban you from my Discord, because he actually did join my Discord so he could DM me. So I banned him and I blocked him, but not out of spite, not out of anger, not out of hate, but out of a need to protect myself and my community. That, I believe, is mindful mercy. Forgiving someone, but being smart about it. And honestly, even forgiving someone, even if they might not necessarily deserve it. Like, Jake did not deserve forgiveness at all after everything he did. He didn't deserve it at all, but I gave it to him anyway, because that's how Jesus was and is. He shows forgiveness to all of us, even though we don't deserve it. So, he still has to, Jake has to reap the consequences of his actions. And that is, of course, that I can't trust him. So he is never going to be a part of this community again. That is the consequences of his actions, even if he has turned over a new leaf. And honestly, who knows if he's even telling the truth about, him turning over a new leaf. Who knows? So to sum it all up, be merciful, but be smart about it. Know when to forgive someone and reassociate with them, and when to forgive but separate from that person. Know the difference. That, I think, is the kind of way of thinking people need to adopt. I think that would make, a much better world if more people were like that. Now, I would love to hear what some of my brothers and sisters in Christ think about that philosophy, if they think that agrees with the Bible's teachings, or if they believe it goes against it. I'd love to hear from them in the comment section below. But anyway, yeah, let's get on to the next questions. I took a long time to answer that. What is your favorite subject during school? Oh, I actually had two. The first was lunch, and the second was dismissal. Yeah, that was really it. I didn't like school at all. If you want to know why, check out Decade in the Making. It goes over pretty much my life story, how I became a YouTuber, my experiences in school, the dramas I went through as a YouTuber, and the things I learned being a YouTuber. Yeah, a lot of the questions people have can be answered in Decade in the Making. So it's a very long video, but I guarantee you it's going to answer a lot of your questions. So definitely go check that out. How do you cope with losing friends? I remember in your Decade in the Making video, you said you lost a friend, or multiple. I'm just curious. Man, it seems like friendship and that Decade in the Making video are very popular topics in Ask Barney episode 7, but honestly, how do I cope with losing friends? I get very, very sad. I get depressed even when I lose my friends, because as a Christian, I am called to love people. So I love my friends a lot. I love them a lot. So when I lose them, it's a major loss. It is a major, major loss, which is part of the reason why I keep my friend groups very limited. Very, very limited. That combined with trust issues and such, In fact, I was just recently introduced to a new group of people that I'm trying to become friends with, like very, very recently. Like we're talking within the last month, so less than a month ago. And I'm honestly having a difficult time opening up to these people because I feel like, how am I supposed to trust a new group of people that I don't know much about? And, what if they reject me and, don't like me or whatever? I'm not going to name them by name because I don't know if they want to in this video or not. But, yeah, I have difficulty with making new friends and losing said friends. It's a very difficult thing for me to lose friends. It almost makes me not want to make new friends because I'm like, what if I lose them? Which is so stupid. It's such a stupid way of thinking. Don't ever adopt that way of thinking, guys. Don't ever do it. It's very toxic. But yeah, to sum it all up, to answer the question, how do I cope with it? I get super depressed. Of course, I, get over it eventually, but it always weighs on my heart a little bit. Like even friends that I've lost like 5-6 years ago, I still think about every now and again. Like not constantly, obviously, but every once in a while I'll think about it and I'll be like, man, why did this have to happen? Why couldn't we have just stayed friends, Do you ever get bored of trolling? At times, yeah. But, I have a responsibility to make trolling videos for you guys. But I would say a solid, 90% of the time, I genuinely enjoy it. A lot of times, I actually go into recordings and I'm like, oh, I have to do another recording, so I gotta keep up with the uploading schedule. So at first, I don't really want to do it. But then when I'm actually in it, I'm like, oh, this is actually really fun, It's a lot of times because, I have to make videos and it interrupts the, personal schedule that I have set for the day. But, then I get into it and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. I actually like doing this. Why did I not want to record? This is fun, So it's kind of like that, It happens, but oftentimes when I get into it, I love it. Do you have any unreleased videos that you'll ever upload? Not really, no. When I scrap an idea for a recording and I'm halfway through that said recording, I just delete the footage of it because it's just sitting there on my computer and I'm not going to do anything with it, so I just delete it. So, not really, no. Do you know why Seser quit? If so, why did he? Drama was a major part of it, but I don't know if that's the only reason. I know little bits about the drama he got into with other people, but I don't know how much of it is true, how much of it is exaggerated, and, I don't know what the context is behind a lot of it. So I know a little bit about it, but I am not going to go public with that information because, yeah, I don't know how much of it is factual, exaggerated, like I said, all that stuff. And plus, honestly, even if I did, I think the only person who really has a right to come out publicly and talk about that would be Seser himself or any of the other parties that were involved in that said drama. And I was not involved in that, and I'm obviously not Seser. So I don't think I really have a moral right to talk about that based on, the lack of information I have and the fact that it's really not my story to tell, basically. Now, if any of you don't know who Seser is, he was another trolling YouTuber back in the day who used to be even bigger than me, who made different kinds of trolling videos, but then he just stopped uploading. And so this commenter is asking, why? And there's the answer for that. And that is one of the main reasons why I try to stay as far away from drama as possible. It's never good, and it leads to the destruction of communities. Entire communities, alright? A lot of people sit here and say, oh, I love drama, it's fun. No, it's not. It's fun when you're not the one who suffers because of it, but trust me, when it's, causing your destruction, it's not fun, alright? It's not fun. So just stay away from it, guys. Will you be corporate on Washies ever? I'd be all for that, because then I would have access to the Thanos snapping ability. If you don't know what that is, it's where, an admin can just look at a car, click on it, and it will instantly despawn. And they can, literally despawn, 10 cars in a matter of 5 seconds if they click fast enough. And, junior director and above have access to that ability. So if somebody ever were to lend me an account that is junior director or above, believe me, I would take that in a heartbeat. and make a video with that. That would be awesome. So if anybody ever lends me an account that's corporate or junior director or above, believe me, I'd be all for it, but I can't just make one appear out of thin air. Plus, I don't think that rank is for sale anyway, and if it was, it would be probably insanely expensive. But hey, if any of the Washies HRs are, I don't know, sick of Washies and want to quit in a big way and don't care about getting P-banned, hey, I'm always up for having an account to make a Thanos snapping video out of. I'm always up for that. So, hey, if you want to retire in a big way and you don't care about getting banned, hey, you know who to come to. You know who to come to. Question for you, Barney. I don't know if this has been answered, but other than trolling, do you like exploiting? I love seeing HRs ban exploiters. And where did you get the name Barney Hunter 12? As for where I got my name, look up the video Barney Hunter 12, where did my name come from? I literally made a video on that. I don't want to spend too much time on this, answering that, so just go check that video out. As for exploiting, I have mixed feelings on exploiters because they actually ruined one of my favorite games, Apocalypse Rising. Like, literally, the developer had to make a sequel just because exploiters were relentless in finding workarounds to every update that patched, you know, the cheats that they would come up with. And often exploiters ruin games like the ones that I'm playing on the screen right now that are, you know, skill-based and PvP-based. People will exploit to get an unfair advantage over other players, often because, you know, to be frank, they suck at the game, which I get it. You know, if you suck at a game like this, you really, really don't like that. It's annoying, dying over and over and over again, but that's why you get better at the game. You don't go and find exploits so that you can just ruin the fun for everybody else. But at the same time, if it's exploiting that's not really ruining the game for everybody else, it's just something minor, I mean, hey, that's fine, I guess. But I'm not saying I hate exploiters, but when they're ruining the game, like what they did with Apocalypse Rising and, you know, what I sometimes see in games like this, Trench Warfare. In fact, I do see them in Trench Warfare sometimes, flying around, killing people. Yeah, don't really like that, but I'm not saying I hate all exploiters, because I know not all exploiters are bad. Will you join the STAR program when you hit 100K? Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't know a lot about the YouTuber STAR program on Roblox, which if you don't know what that is, Google it, look it up. Because I don't know, like, how I feel about having to worry about how Roblox feels about my content, because actually in Roblox's, like, rules, it actually says that trolling is not allowed on Roblox, but I feel like when they put that in there, I think they were more referring to, like, the more severe trolling that's, like, you know, harassment and bullying. I don't know how they'll feel about, you know, my content, which is more just foolish behavior than, you know, harassment. But people have said that Flamingo is in the STAR program, and he makes content that's kind of like mine. So, you know, I mean, if Roblox isn't going to sit here and tell me that I need to change my content up to be eligible, then maybe, you know, maybe. I wouldn't be against it, but I think I would need to look more into it before I make a decision on that. What is your favorite way to eat eggs? Honestly, I think eggs by themselves are just bland. There's not a lot of flavor to them at all. So I don't eat straight up eggs, scrambled, sunny side up, whatever. I have stuff on eggs. My favorite thing with eggs is sausage or bacon, egg, and cheese. Usually I stick with sausage, egg, and cheese. That, by far, is my favorite way to eat eggs, when they're surrounded by cheese and some kind of meat product. That is easily my favorite way to eat them. Lately, I have been making diet sausage, egg, and cheese sandwiches with 40-calorie white Italian bread, fat-free cheese, chicken sausage, so it doesn't have as much fat as, like, pork sausage, and an egg patty that I cook kind of like a pancake. You know, I just put it on a pan with a little bit of light margarine. I let it kind of just get flat and obviously cooked, and then I put it on the sandwich. And then I put a little bit of ketchup on it too. So yeah, that's like my diet sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich that I like to have in the morning to get me ready to go for the day. And of course with a cup of coffee too. But I will say this, Eggs Benedict is also really good. Purely because hollandaise sauce is the best thing ever. I love hollandaise sauce. When I was on the keto diet, what I would often do is I would get these Jimmy Dean cups that were scrambled eggs, bacon or sausage bits, and cheese in them. But I would put a little bit of hollandaise sauce in it to add a little extra flavor. Just a little bit. I would portion it out. And, those were so good. I would have those for breakfast like almost every morning. I'm surprised my heart didn't stop. But, yeah, I love hollandaise sauce. And I also love sausage, egg, and cheese. So why have I never considered adding a little bit of hollandaise sauce to that? Ideas for the future. Combine both those things at once. I'm coming up with ideas mid-recording here, guys. Barney, can you explain Christianity to me? I was raised with no religion, but I'm really interested in Christianity. Whew, that would take a long time. Way longer than I would rather put into this video. But I will most likely at some point be making a full video based on, my beliefs, what I think Christianity truly means, and I'll probably be going over the mindful mercy philosophy that I talked about earlier in this video, so I won't talk about it right now because that would just take way too long, but rest assured, a video will come out at some point going over my religious beliefs, and I'm sure I'll get some people will get mad at me about it, because, whenever you talk about religion or politics, there's always bound to be somebody who gets offended and gets super mad at you about it. So I'm not going to say anything that's, bad, obviously, but of course, it's probably going to tick somebody off out there, and they're going to think, oh, you're leading people astray or whatever. So, yeah, I better prepare for any clapback that I might get for that video. But hey, it'll be my views on Christianity. What is Ask Barney? What is Answering You? Will you have a membership? Yes, I actually have had memberships for a year now. There are 2 memberships available at the time of this video. There's Barista Bashers, who get exclusive shoutouts at the end of my videos, which we're about to do now, and also get access to a private community tab just for them. And then there's the Discord access tier, which gets all the Barista Basher perks, plus getting access to my private Discord server. So, yes, those are the memberships that are available. So, speaking of which, let's go ahead and give some shout-outs to our Barista Bashers. If you would like to become a Barista Basher and get exclusive shout-outs in my videos, or if you would like to get access to my private Discord server, go ahead and press the join button next to my name. And if you are trying to join my Discord, make sure that your YouTube account is connected to your Discord account. Alright, here we go.
Scale Sky Dragon, Kingston, Patrade, Madagascan Moon. Why did I have such a hard time pronouncing that? Aleli, Happy Skies, Onyx Galaria, Nimitz, 5 past 9, Tyler the Creator Lover, 911. Hi Andrew, Super Janilla, Halting Thomas 10, Gee Pugly, Stein Fan 369, Victorly, Super Alex Gamer Pro, Warrior, Freya, Clicks Main, Carl, The Whistle, Yellow Bucket Hats, Elevators of Ohio, Lily, Hazardous Environment Conditions, Dude, That's Wild, Jet, Ish, Gunnerdoob 698, Retro Monkey, Dark the Player, Wet Napkin Farts, Rose, Athena Plays, Big Buff, Stripped Trolling, Kiwini, Sumar, Yoshizawa, Magic, Kaylee, Jules Plays Roblox, Matthew Ron, 1012 YouTube, Frost is Epic, The Retro Bloxin, Newbie, Solves Pizzelle, I have rebranded, Average Cousin Fan, Jet Mando, Yay, TMGC, XP, Fireplace, Eli, Plays Games Y, Nico, Zin, Schoolgirl Place, Wah, Mr. Leon Swag, I can't say this word without biting my tongue, ABXI, I Gamble for Pixel Pets and Petson99, J Sucks, Canadian Kid and Teculus 40, Super, Tomato Roblox, Xbox User, Pretty Troll Barney, Gone, Stitchy, Echo, Beta Fish, J Ronnie, Pink Blockstream YouTube, Dorian TM, Cubic, Walker, Luda TDA, Inspection, Admin House Official, Dexa, and Gamer Griff. Thank you to all of our Barista Bashers.